The hug they've been waiting for 2 months. Grandfather and granddaughter reunited.
During the quarantine, we were desperate. Now I can't even speak for how excited I am, too excited. We have only seen her with video calls for 2 months, but it was not the same. It couldn't be the same.
When I saw her, my heart stopped. It seemed to be a century since I'd seen her.
After the longest lockdown in Europe, family visits are allowed, but only if relatives live in the same region. Elsewhere, the queues were back at Rome's main Termini station, though it's not just tickets, but temperatures being taken.
Obviously, after staying at home for almost 60 days, it feels good. I feel good and I feel safe.
Across Italy, more than 4 million people were back at work as construction sites and factories reopened and restaurants were allowed to sell takeaway food. But taking public transport is still being discouraged by government, and masks are compulsory when sharing public spaces indoors. Funerals remain limited to 15 people, but the bereaved are able to leave flowers on the graves of the dead, the florists nearby carefully disinfected. With more than 210,000 reported cases and around 29,000 deaths, Italy's one of the worst affected countries. Government leaders fear the loosening of restrictions will lead to a resurgence in cases. Healthcare workers are taking extra measures to track infections, isolate clusters, and make sure hospitals aren't overwhelmed again.
We're being careful, trying not to do too many things, but at least we're finally outside and breathing some fresh air.
Families making the most of the sunshine in parks that have been reopened, though playgrounds remain off limits.
We're happy because finally today they have opened Villa Borghese after having closed it for a month and a half, even though obviously my daughter was disappointed to find the playground all blocked off.
There are many reminders that life isn't the same, with schools, cinemas and theatres shut indefinitely. But this ancient country has witnessed plagues before and recovered. Italians just need to find a balance between staying safe and embracing their newfound freedom. Alexi O'Brien, Al Jazeera.